Hello, everyone. Today is for 1 second, please. Today is for Thursday, 14th of August. So today I will be talking about cumulative flow, accumulation flow, cash flow. So first, I want to ask you a question. Is there anyone here thought about their lives before? Like the future and other stuff like that? Because here it doesn't matter what your age is. It could be 30, 60, or 80. In our fund, there's a flow that teaches people to save your money and not only to save it, but to multiply it. What do I mean? Let's talk about this one example here. Let's say you go to work today, for example, and when you go to work, you know the exact amount that you earn. Let's say you are earning the minimum wage. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like 1,500. And as long as you're not taking any, night shifts or extra hours, you're going to be earning that exact same amount as every other day. You know, but as long as you're not including night shifts and other stuff, but that doesn't matter because. And the worst part is also that you're not even guaranteed that money. You know why you're not guaranteed that money? Because you could be working. Let's say you start work from 1st of September, and then you ended, and then you work till 30th of September, whatever. And any of those days, something could happen, like your boss thinks that you are taking too many breaks, you're not doing your work good enough or quick enough. So what he does, he just fires you, meaning that your 1,500 or however much you're supposed to earn just dissipate. But with us, you can have a guarantee for a better future because in your minimum wage job or wherever, you're not guaranteed the better future. You're guaranteed the exact same amount that you're going to be earning that it says on that contract, right? So let's say I offer you an investment. For example, we take £10 every single month and we invest them for 3 years. If you just put money into a money jar, etc., in our fund, let's say you put money into a jar for every single day, you're not going to be getting you're going to be gaining money in that jar, but that money is just going to be exactly the same amount that it is from yesterday and tomorrow and any other day. And then there's also stuff like inflation, which means that depending on how much you're putting in, you could be even losing that amount of money. But with us, your money is saving up, it's also multiplying, and you're guaranteed a profit in the end of it. So let's say you put that £10 every single month for 3 years. You know, I'm not asking you guys to put in 300,000 pounds, £300 or whatever. You can put in as much as you want in here. But let's say that you were putting in £10 every single month for 3 years. After those 3 years, our fund will be paying you £50 every single month for 3 years. And let's say, you know, that includes the people that are like 30, 40, whatever. But even if you are 30 or 40, whatever, let's say you are a student. And most of students, they obviously get a student loan. Obviously, there are some that don't, but let's say you are a student and you've taken a student loan in order to go to university for, let's say, 3 years. You'll get that crazy amount of loan. I don't know how much it is these days, but maybe like 30,000, maybe more. I don't know. And obviously, everyone, if you get a job, I don't remember how exactly it works, but I believe if you start like earning more than minimum wage, then you have to start already paying money in order to start paying off that debt, that crazy debt that you have for studying those 3 years. And the worst part is also if you go to university, you can get that degree, but you're not guaranteed to get a job with that degree. But let's say you put £50 every single month for 3 years. You'll be gaining even way more amount. If you do start taking out that £50 every single month for 3 years, okay, I'm still talking about 3 years. Cumulative flow also has more than one option. I believe it goes from 3 years to 25 years, I believe. So let's say you are start investing £50 every single month for 3 years. You'll get 275 quid every single month for 3 years after you've paid off that £50 every single month for 3 years, right? And that 275 quid, that is close enough to being someone's weekly wage, right? Imagine you were just putting in £50, Let's say you like to eat a lot of sweets, you can just take out those sweets, and then if that then you can instead invest that into the cash flow, the accumulation flow. And after 3 years, you will not only be gaining money, you will not only getting that money back, but with a huge amount of profit as well from it. Literally about someone's weekly wage, but obviously I'm not sure about that one. Let's take example of my mom. At first, she was scared, she wasn't sure if this flow of cash flow was real, if it was like everyone else thinks that it's a scam, whatever. And she decided to make accumulation flow for £10. So she was paying £10 for every single month for 3 years, right? And then because she was investing that £10 for those 3 years, like I said, she now earns £50 every single month. And now that she's understood, cash flow, there's this amazing thing that you can make a better life with it. She's put a flow she's made 3 flows, actually 4 flows, my bad. She made 2 flows for 100 quid, which are both also for 3 years. Then she made a 500 quid one for also 3 years. And then she also made one for 888 quid. So let me just show you these examples. 1 second, please. Okay. It should be showing my screen now. So if we go over here, it will show you these screenshots. So this here is the information they will show you. You see, this shows you that the information that I've been saying is correct. So you can see that the selected periods go from 3 years all the way to 25 years. And there's also 8 years in the middle. I think there's like 15, 10, and 5, and more. So let's say there you go, 3, 5, 7, 10, and onwards. Let's say like my mom, she made that £10 accumulation flow for 3 years, and see does tell you that you'll get a multiplication of 5. So that means after those 3 years, the £10 turns into £50 every single month. Let's say you made it for 5 years. There you go. It tells you times 8, meaning after those 5 years, you'll be getting £80 every single month for 5 years. Okay. You scroll one more, you'll see this one right here. That is one of the flows that she made, and she made it, as you can see, 21st of the 6th 2024. It's a £100 accumulation flow for 3 years. You see that she's invested the 1,400 out of the 8,000, and you can see the day that she needs to replenish it. But then you see that she will get her money back at 26/06/2027. And then if you look at the second last one, it says the amount of payments total / per month. That means that 559.44. That means she will be getting about 560 quid every single month after she's paid off these payments for the 3 years, and then she'll get 560 quid for 3 years afterwards. You look at this one, and you can also, if you look at the first one, it says she will get 560 quid per month, and if you look at the second one, she will get 571 quid every single month. And then you might be thinking, what's going on here? This seems a little bit sketchy, but it's not sketchy. It's actually it's the fact that my mom she has been late with her payments. So if you are ever late with your payments, you will see that you will lose your money a little bit. She's gone from 571. She's maybe even been late with these payments. I don't know how much she's been doing with her money, and then see that she was lost about 11 pounds on here. So if we go one more, you'll see that we have another one, the 500 pound flow that I was talking about for the 3 years. She's made it on 17/01/2025. She will be getting, after those 3 years, after she's been paying up the 500 quid for the 3 years, you'll see that she will be getting 3,250 pounds every single month after the 3 years. And that is way more than someone's weekly wage. That is also way more than someone's monthly wage, I believe the monthly wage is about 1,500. That's literally more than double. Okay? Obviously, I'm sorry if my information is not incredibly correct, because I haven't been looking what's the minimum wage and whatsoever. But let's look at the next one. We have the newest one, I think, that she's made. Yeah, that's the newest one. The 888 pounds. If you were thinking why did she make it for 888, that's because it was made on the 8th day of the 8th month. So 888 for 3 years. You see here it says how much she will be getting per month is 5,772 pounds every single month after 3 years. That is crazy amount of money. I'll actually be able to tell you 1 second. I'll even tell you how much she will be getting a year. 1 second. She'll be getting 69,264 pounds every single year. That is, I believe the medium wage is about 40,000. That's way more than even the medium wage. So if you can somehow pull off paying 800 pounds for 3 years every single month, then you can have literally more than a lot of people's wage in the UK, right? You can see here, this is a flow showing you how many years you can put it for and the amount. So you can see that it goes from 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 years. And then this is a £10 one. You'll see that you will need to pull for the amount of 0.50 in the currency. I don't know how much that is exactly in pounds. I think that's like one or 2 pounds, maybe even less. And then you can see, it tells you that after the end of those 3 years that she pays up for the £10 every single month, she will receive £50 for the 3 years every single month. And it even tells you how the total that you will get in those 3 years will be £1,800. We go to the next one. You see that there is 3 years for £50. That means you will be pulling 0.87 the currency, and that is every single month. You'll be paying up those currency. and after those 3 years, you'll be receiving £275 for those 3 years. And then it says that you will also get in total in those 3 years 9,900 quid. We go to the next one. 3 years for 100. You'll be pulling £1. Wait, my bad. 1.84 currency. After those 3 years, she'll be getting £575 per month for the 3 years, and that in total would be 20,700. We got one more. 5 years for 1,000. You'll be having to pull the amount of 34.79 the currency. Now, one currency is about 60 quid now, I believe. And after those 5 years, you will be getting £10,000 every single month for 5 years, and in total, you will get 600,000. Okay, so learn from my mother's mistake. I'll show you the mistake again. There you go. So you can see that if you make any late payments, please don't forget to always pay in time, because if you are late with your payments, you will be losing money. Okay, as you can literally see here, my mom has two flows for £100 for 3 years. For the second one is making 571 per month. The first one is making £560 per month. So please don't forget to always have your payments in time. Okay. So if you were listening to me, you see that she has 4 flows, and with those 4 flows, she will be getting around of a pension of 8,000 or so, and 8,000 every single month. You gotta think about that. And that's pretty good, because 8,000 times by 12, I mean, she will be getting 96,000 every single year. You know, I can bet you that there's millions of people that you can literally walk out on the street and ask them, so how much would you be? How much do you wish you were making every single year? Obviously, there will be a lot of people who will be saying different amounts, but maybe millions. But there are definitely a lot of people who wish they could just be making 100,000 a year, and because of these investments, she will be getting basically 100,000 a year. And I don't know, you can go and ask your parents, or some people can even check on how much of a pension they will be getting when they stop working. You know, most of people will not be getting £96,000 a year, especially because I believe it's a popular thing to do in England is to save up money for your pension, and that is obviously because the pension that you get just from the government for working literally like all of your life since 16 all the way to 68, I think the age is a legal age to retire properly. So you could literally be working your ass off for like 50 years, and you'll be literally getting I don't know how much it is, but it's probably like 2,000 a month, maybe even less. Or you could be doing the smart thing, is enjoying cash flow and learn from me in order to make way more than that, and also teach your friends and other people that you may know in order to make your lives and your future way better. Now let's talk about, let's say, the younger people. I am about 19. Let's say that you're 19 like me, and in the future you're definitely planning to get a family. Imagine do you know how many how much your expenses will grow? Let's say you have just one kid and you have a wife, obviously. you know and let's say your wife wants another bag out of a collection of about 50 bags. I look into my mom's wardrobe and then I see like 25 different bags, and I just think like, what in the hell is she doing with those 25 different bags? Because I literally have just one. I have one normal bag and one man bag. That's it. I have two bags, and she she has 25 bags. I bet you that probably 50% of them she doesn't even wear. You know. And then let's say, obviously you have a kid, you have a son or a daughter, doesn't matter. And let's say she wants some more toys, and because of that, your expenses you how much you're earning. Let's say you are earning that minimum wage or maybe a little bit more or anything. I bet that you still will be really thinking about getting that second job, because I really doubt that you could do much with just having one single job that's giving you minimum wage or however much it is. You know, imagine that you're literally getting that minimum wage. Let's say the house that we're living in right now is a two-story house with 4 bedrooms, I think, 4 or 3 bedrooms, and we're paying about 1,600 for this house every single month. You know, minimum wage being 1,500, and our house being about 1,600 per month, meaning you are literally paying, you not even be able to pay off a 3 bedroom house. And it's not like my house is some amazingly big house. It's not some a big mansion. It's literally just a good house. We've been living here for 9 years, and we pay 1,600 a month, and you are supposed to be earning 1,500. What kind of a life you're going to be living? If you just have one kid, there are people who have triplets. Like, imagine their lives. Imagine they decide to finally have that one kid, and I don't know what they get, triplets or doublets or whatever it's called. You know, their only choice is to get either a second job, and sometimes even a third job. You know, because if you're making the minimum wage, or maybe even the people who are making like 2,000 or more, you're still less than my house is 1,600 per month. Even if you're making like 2,500, you still got like nothing basically left afterwards. And if you want to have a life that you're at least going to, travel somewhere every, let's say even 3 months. Like my mom probably travels somewhere about 2 times every month, and you can't even go to anywhere in those 3 months. You probably go to Spain for like a week, once every year, wherever you want to go. And like, for example, I have an older brother, my oldest brother. He's recently had a daughter. She is 1 year old, and her kindergarten costs about £250 a month. £250 a month, you know. And then all of her other stuff like nappies, her bed, her crazy amount of toys, all of the other stuff that she may need. It costs them about 1,000 years. Oh, my bad. £1,000 every single month. £1,000 every single month to keep her happy, and because of that, he is always traveling everywhere. And he's not traveling everywhere because he's having holidays all the time. He's traveling everywhere around the UK because that's his job. He has to travel everywhere around because he's a sales manager. He doesn't get to see his family all the time, but at least he's getting enough in order to live a decent life, because he has a mortgage, he has a wife, he has a kid. And even my mom, for example, she helps him out by taking, for example, the kindergarten fee. She pays out the £250 every single month for it, and she gets him, toys and stuff like that. But imagine she wasn't here, and he would have to pay up all of the expenses and stuff like that, he would definitely probably looking to either somehow decrease his costs by getting his daughter not so many toys, or maybe some like cheaper clothes, or maybe him self wearing about 20-year-old shirts and stuff like that. So you literally added two options: is make your life worse, or get a second job, which will definitely also make your life worse because you will be the one working all the bloody time. So I also have a friend. I forgot about him. He is 19 years old, just like me, and he's known this one girl for 2 years. And that one day, she tells him that she is pregnant. He's 19 years old. He has his full life ahead of him, and he already has a kid who is 2 years old, I believe. His son is, he has a son who's 2 years old, and he goes to Sainsbury's. And I remember about like 2 months ago, I believe, I remember him being so happy that I believe he was just like a normal worker. I don't know what it's called. He was just like, carrying stuff around and putting them on shelves, and then he I said upgraded to a cook. So he pastries. So he cooks pastries, and I think he earns about like 2 more pounds an hour. But that made him so happy because not only does he have one job, he has two jobs. So one day he'll be free, and those days will be why is he free is because he works from 3 in the morning up to 9 in the morning, and then he will have his normal job from about 5 p.m. to like 12 12 a.m. So that is he is 19, and he already has two jobs. And I've been trying to tell him how to improve his life, and he's starting to finally listen to me, and he's definitely understanding that what I've been telling him is definitely true. You know, and imagine like he doesn't he has his own house, with his girlfriend, and he also has a car. His car, he had actually an older car that I forgot what happened to. I think the transmission broke down, and because of that reason, he had to literally just not even sell the car away. He had to just throw it away into the scrapyard. And now my one of my other friends, his dad, was drinking while he was drunk. He was driving the car while he was drunk, and the police caught him. And because of that, his dad now doesn't have his driving license for 2 years, and because of that, he now drives his dad's car. And now my friend, who has a son, now borrowed my friend, who drives his dad's car now, his old car. And now because of that, I think he pays him about £300 a month or £200 a month just to drive that car around. Because he doesn't have money in order to buy a new car. And obviously, he definitely wants to buy a brand new car. And obviously, he's not going to be able to do that. He's not going to be able to buy a brand new car. He's not going to be able to buy himself like the brand new iPhone or whatever. All because his monthly wages doesn't allow him, because he has his girlfriend and his kid. you know he does, like I believe recently he's been also on a yacht. He's been traveling to somewhere. I forgot where it was, and I thought maybe he saved up for it or something, but no. What the truth was is that his girlfriend's parents decided to give him a present of about £3,000, and they told him, okay, get our daughter, aka his girlfriend, and him and his son on a journey on a yacht. So that's literally the reason why he ever travels, because of his girlfriend's parents, that they decide to give them a present and then they could go to traveling, because only because of that. If not for that, I'm sure that he would not be traveling anywhere anytime soon. So literally, no new cars for him, no new phones, and even if he didn't have a son, he'd still be not earning anywhere near enough to buy like a brand new BMW, having the brand new iPhone. Well, he could probably get the brand new iPhone, but he definitely would not be able to get a brand new car or anything. So if you guys been listening to me, I hope you've been listening to me, because this is a wake up call. If you're like all my friends, they they don't earn much. I think a friend that earns the most is about 2,400. 2,400, like I've been saying, is literally nothing, because if you want like a family, then you're definitely screwed. You know, your only chance is either to get a family and get a second job, or literally just don't have a family whatsoever. That's your best option. So, guys, thank you for listening to me today. I hope that you've been having a great day today, and I hope that you understand. I hope you have understood me. If you want to find out more about cash flow and all about the other flows that I've been talking about, then go ahead and click the. I have a YouTube channel, and I have also a Telegram, and you can follow me on those, and then you can find out more about cash flow. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.